South African Archbishop Desmond Tutu has passed away. The 90-year-old is being remembered as a human rights activist, a Nobel laureate, and a man with enormous compassion for the oppressed.
The voice of moral courage in the long campaign to end apartheid in South Africa.
The world has lost a towering, charismatic figure, a cleric, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and an activist critical in the struggle against apartheid in South Africa.
On top of becoming the first black bishop of Johannesburg, South Africa, and Archbishop of Cape Town, which is actually a pretty cool city, Tutu was also a human rights activist and helped end segregation in South Africa. As people mourn the loss of Desmond Tutu, tributes have poured in from all over the world, with former President Barack Obama hailing the Nobel Peace Prize winning Archbishop as a moral compass for me and so many others. And we saw that time and time again. He was the moral compass, the best of all of us. Tutu even obtained the title as South Africa's moral conscience. But our next guest takes serious issue with that claim. Professor Emeritus, Harvard Law School, Alan Dershowitz joins us tonight to talk about that. Sir, good to see you. Author of Guilt by Accusation, by the way, the book on the screen. Your thoughts on Desmond Tutu and how the media has covered his death?
Well, Bishop Tutu did a lot of good for his own people. He helped end apartheid, but he was an out-and-out bigot, a classic anti-Semite. We're not talking about Israel now. Let me just read you some of the things he said about Jews and the Jewish people. He talked about Jews are arrogant. They have too much power. The Jewish have monopoly over the Holocaust. He demanded that the Jews must forgive the Nazis for the Holocaust. He said that the Jews who were killed in the gas chambers during the Holocaust had an easy death compared to the victims of apartheid.
Christ.
The Jews thought they have a monopoly over God. Jesus is angry that they could shut out other human beings. Jews have been fighting against and being opposed to his God over and over and over again. All the classic tropes of anti-Semitism. The man was an unrepentant bigot. Let's never forget that. I started attacking him in the year 2000. And I have documented all of the things he said. He's never apologized. When he was accused of being an anti-Semite, he said two things. One, too bad. And number two, I can't be an anti-Semite. My dentist's name is Dr. Cohen. The guy is a simple, classic, old-fashioned, theological, and racial anti-Semite. So let's remember him for the good things. But when we start tearing down Thomas Jefferson's statutes and start tearing down George Washington statutes, let's not put up statutes to an overt bigot. Shame on President Obama for not alerting us to at least the dark side. He knows about it.
Of course.
Shame on the New York Times for a 2-page obituary without mentioning one word about his anti-Semitism.
Of course.
People know about it. They just love a simple narrative with heroes, and so they have buried this part of Bishop Tutu's very, very dark history.
Well, and let's be more honest. I mean, it's a simple fact. If this guy was white, he would not only would they bring that up, but he would be condemned for those exact same. If a white man had said those same comments, they wouldn't even have mourned his death. They would have said he deserved it.
And if he had said it about gay people, or if he had said it about Arab people, or if he had said it about other people, he wouldn't get a pass.
Yeah.
But today, it's acceptable to have a double standard against Jewish people. It's also acceptable in many universities to have a double standard against white Catholics. They are also being discriminated against, and people are turning their back on it. So people tell me, oh, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. No, when everybody is saying false statements about him, you must speak truth about the dead, and you must tell the truth and the unvarnished truth. And everything I've quoted to you are his own words. I'm not making anything up. They're his own words, and he was proud of them. He was the most influential anti-Semite in the last part of the 20th century and the first part of the 21st century. He is one of the reasons that anti-Semitism has spread around the world, but everybody is afraid to say it. The Israeli government's afraid to say it. The Israeli press is afraid to say it because they don't want to be called racist or bigot. Well, I'm afraid of what people are going to call me as long as I tell the truth.
It is so scary how anti-Semitism has become acceptable. Certainly in far left sectors of society, it's almost embraced at this point.
He is the main reason for it. He legitimated it. He made it acceptable. And there's a special place in hell for people like that who use their prominence to promote anti-Semitism. Yeah, he deserves to be praised for the good he did, but he must be condemned for the evil that he has perpetrated on the world.
Yeah, some of those things you just said. I mean, those are some big statements. Those are his own words, and of course, the liberal press. Hear no evil, speak no evil. Something else. Alan Dershowitz, sir, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Schmitt. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.